the Las Vegas one. That's also an anime show. And then she did Wizard World, which is in Philly. But you know, Trump being president and whatnot is just, we don't really want to risk any kind of shit going down. So we're just gonna not sign up for any American shows. I am gonna try to do the Denver Comic Con though, because that one, my friends live over there, so I can like ride with them. I did meet. Yes. Yeah, and I didn't. You know what was funny about that? We had like a 10-minute conversation. And this wasn't at Emerald City, it was at Calgary Expo. So I don't know if it was the same that you're thinking of or whatever, but no, it was like a really older gentleman, super older guy, and I didn't speak during the entire conversation that we had. I told myself, like, how long could I go without saying a single word at the next conversation that I had, and other than like, hi, how are you, and whatever. And this guy did everything for me. Like, he kept on like saying, like, I love your sense of, you know, your watercolors, and you're just like, it's so important for artists to get their stuff out there nowadays, and it's so easy nowadays because we have the internet and we are just so blessed, etc., etc. 10 minutes. 10 frickin' minutes I was trapped by this guy. And obviously, you know, didn't like, he was a barnacle in most of the sense, which was kind of like annoying, but it was really funny that I didn't have to like say anything or input into the conversation in any way. What else was there? There's a lot of like creepy guys that try to schmooze Sab. They're one of the cutest, actually. This was like Otafest, one of the first times we'd ever gone. Oh no, maybe it was a different one. Doesn't really matter which con it is, but there was a guy and he bought one of Sab's prints and he left and he came back maybe like 10 minutes later or something, and came back with like, he was red in the face and like super, like hands were shaking, and he was holding the print that he bought, and it was like really cute because he was like, could you just sign this for me? I just forgot to ask. I'm so nervous. I'm so sorry. And of course, Sabrina being Sabrina, she was like, oh my god, yeah, I'll give you a free print too, blah blah blah. It was really cute because he was like clearly like starstruck and very also like nervous that he had to like apologize for coming back a second time. Like, how dare he take up Sabrina's time. It was so cute. And I want to say he was like mid to late 20s, so it was even funnier that it was like someone who was like a little bit older that was acting like that. Just so sincere. What else was there? Oh, there was this really... Okay, so this was... this was last year. And this was one of my favorite stories ever. Because it happens to Sabrina. They all happen to Sabrina. But this didn't happen, like, during the show hours. Like, the guy didn't... I don't think he was a part of the Comic-Con at all in any way. Because we were just, like, on our way to eat food. So we were, like, looking for a restaurant. And it was me... I think my younger sister, Sabrina, and my husband. And we're all just kind of walking along the street, and the two of us are like, well, we're all huge Monty Python fans, so we were joking about like silly walks and stuff like that, because if you've ever seen Monty Python, you'll know that, like, well, I mean, you'll know what the silly walk is. And so we're walking along the street and like Timo's doing a silly walk, and it makes this guy who's walking past us completely turn around and go, like, what the heck, dude, what was that? Are you like fucked up, or like what's going on? And we're just like laughing and kind of showing him like this is what it is. And then he like notices us, all three of us walking in a row, and he's like, yo, damn, like which one of these like belongs to you, dude? And he's like talking to like Timo, and we're all like, belongs to him? Go fuck himself. Like, fuck off, dude. Like, what kind of thought process is that? Like, which one is not allowed to be hit on, basically, is what he was saying. Hang on, I'm reading this. Oh, you watch my work? Come from far on your art journey. Well, you know, I did 2 years in Narnia. So I do think that I have come quite far, yes, thank you. It's very nice of you to say. But anyway, so at the silly walk, and this guy is like trying to determine which one of us is like allowed to be sexually assaulted, and Timo's not saying anything because Timo doesn't fall for that shit either. So he's like, to ask them like if you know if they'll allow you being in their presence, and he's like, okay, dude, like, and then he like follows us. He's like starting to walk behind all of us and just make us like superbly uncomfortable, and just like slowly like figuring out, I think he was pretty much hitting on Sab from the start. And so he starts to talk to her because she's not like giving him the like cold shoulder as I would, her being, like I said, nice to a fault. And he starts to like say that he's like a rapper, and that but he's like humble and he knows where he comes from, so he keeps it like low key. And we're like, yeah, fucking right, buddy, of course. So I can't remember who it was, but someone eggs him on. Someone is like, show us your rap, like, or maybe we didn't. Maybe he just was like, let me show you my raps. So he starts to like scream rap in Sabrina's ear, and she's just like, oh dear God, please somebody save me from this hell that I'm in, and like, just do something, please somebody. And of course, like, neither of us are doing that. He wasn't trying to sell us a mixtape, but he was like, basically he was just like peacocking himself. He was like, I'm so amazing, but like, I'm humble about it because I know my roots, like I remember where I come from, etc., etc. And so she's just like dying, and this guy is like trying to, you know, determine whether or not she's like available, etc. So he's like, what does he say? He starts off with, can you dance? And she's like, no. I'm like, I don't want to dance with you. I don't really dance that well. So he's like, oh, that's too bad. Can you fuck? And immediately we're like, beeline the fuck out of there, like the first door that we could find. We were like, oh, this is the restaurant that we need. It wasn't at all, but like, what the fuck? It was the scariest, like, just, you don't say that to anybody. Like, if you have if that seems okay to you, please go and check yourself in, because that is dangerous and scary. Like, none of us thought that that was funny after that. It is exactly like going on a date with a guy who tells you that he's a nice guy. Like, capital nice, capital guy. He did say that, yes. He was like, can you fuck? And he just, like, said it, like, quiet enough for her to hear, but for us to also, like, did he just say that? What the hell? So, yeah, I know. It was, like, this just, unsettling and just, like, super uncomfortable. So many things like that happen to Sab on a regular basis. Like, ugh. Ugh, so gross. And again, like, why do people think that that's, like, a normal thing to ask a person? Like, could you imagine if that guy, like, was doing that to, like, a sibling, or, like, one of your siblings? I know, right? I wanted to, like, punch him. What else? Like, I want to stick to con stories, but it's just, they're all kind of melding together. I haven't had a really weird one in a long time. Oh, there was that at Emerald City. There was, it was someone's birthday that we were hanging out with. It was Zach's birthday, and we decided to go to karaoke just to, like, say, you know, hey, it's birthday, let's get fucked up and sing a bunch. And it's my first time ever doing karaoke, and so I'm not really, like, sure of what to expect, but I know that it's gonna be, like, fucking awesome because I love to sing out loud, like I previously mentioned. And we book, well, his girlfriend rents a private room in this karaoke bar for us to all partake in, and before long we have a couple of other people that join us and whatnot, and that all goes super well and fine and everything, but our time ends. So as we're leaving, I have never done well, I had done it now. I think it was like March when that happened because it was Emerald City. Um, Also, yes, Nikki is totally awesome, and it was a great experience because we stayed with her for the majority of it. Well, for the whole thing actually. But oh, we'll have a good night there, creativity. And if you aren't already, make sure that you do follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. My username's just Pickletoes with a Z. But okay, so yeah, Seattle and the karaoke room. So we were on our way out, and while we were there are friends that we had just met. I didn't know them yet at this point, but they recognized people coming in that had booked the like party room. That was like this huge like event thing, and we just thought it was just like they had the foresight to book a karaoke thing months in advance. So we're just like we bust into the room, we see friends of ours, so we're immediately like, hey, this isn't like a piece of shit kind of place. This is actually like legit. And we, just sing the night away and stuff like that. And there was a bathroom break once where someone was like, so how do you know the boom guys? I'm like, I'm sorry, the what guys? I just came here to sing with friends. And it turns out that we had crashed Boom Studios party. So on Sunday, when everyone was hungover, I went to go and like introduce myself and whatnot. Like, I'm so sorry, we didn't know. It was like, I hope you guys had a fun time and we didn't like sing too much, etc. But one of them, like, I can't remember her name, but she was an editor. So it was like, oh fuck, I've broken ties with Boom Studios because I fucked up so hard. She like turned around when I asked her exactly what Boom Studio was because I wasn't like totally aware if it was like a publishing house or like a game studio. Like I had really no idea back at that point. I had read a couple of comics produced by Boom, but not like aware of what it was on that level. So I guess I made a total fool of myself, and I like she gave like daggers. It was really bad. So I'm really embarrassed about that. That was kind of shitty. But it was also like, you didn't have to like physically turn around. That was kind of rude. And it made me sad. But I love karaoke now, and we try to do a karaoke thing every time we do a cool con. If we know like of a karaoke place. But yeah, damn, it was like super fucking cold. Like, she was either hungover or she like really hated that, we were there. Because I don't like drink, so I don't feel like I made a fool of myself by doing anything stupid or anything. So it must have been just like the fact that we weren't affiliated with anyone other than the friends of the crew. Like, we were friends of a friends, so it's kind of like, meh. But we had a great time, and it's like, fuck her for making us feel so shitty. Like, should have, just let us enjoy our shit. Oh yeah, definitely. If I ever do a show, it would either be in LA, Seattle, or, like I mentioned previously, Denver. Like, those three places. Well, maybe San Diego or Philly. But yeah, no, definitely. If I'm ever in LA next, we'll definitely do karaoke for sure. What else has happened? I can't think of anything in terms of weird stories, other than the ones that, like, they're funny to me, but, like, nobody else would know or care. If it's 11:30, maybe you should go to bed. Because it's only 9:30 here. Oh, so the whole Bulbina thing, Um,